I've got a fun yoga class, a fiery and slightly sweaty yoga class for you today. I hope you're worried. That is going to strengthen your core with exercises that are backed by science. So are you ready? Let's get going. We're going to start with diaphragmatic breathing. So also giving us a moment to find connection. So you can either do it lying on your back or in child's pose, whatever you prefer.
I think lying on my back's better.
Okay, amazing. So you're going to find a neutral spine. Just grab your pelvis and do a few little, back and frontwards, tipping the pelvis, and then find that middle position that feels good for your body. Yeah, close your eyes. And before you do anything, just take a moment to connect to your breath. Notice, how does it feel? Where is it in your body? How are you feeling? And then we're going to purposely change the breath. So doing diaphragmatic breathing, but a bit of a core engagement with it as well. So let's start with the inhale. Move your hands so they're cupping your lowest ribs. Okay, round the side. See if you can bring your thumbs around the side. Yeah, perfect. And as you inhale, you're going to breathe into your hands, feeling your ribs expand laterally. So you're feeling them go forwards, sideways, backwards. Your belly is going to gently move as well. There's no pushing or forcing. It just happens naturally. And if you're not used to breathing like this, it may not move much at first, but over time it's going to get easier. And this is so, so good for your body. Keep checking in with your breath throughout your day and keep practicing those diaphragmatic breaths. Let's bring in the core now, always on the exhale. So as you exhale, you're going to lift your pelvic floor, zipping back to front, lifting it like an elevator, a couple of floors, drawing the hip bones towards each other like magnets. Inhale, bring the elevator back down, let go of the core, let the belly, the ribs expand. Think down basement level, proper release. And then exhale, do it again. So we're going to do about 3 more of these. As you exhale, you're zipping back to front, lifting the elevator a couple of floors, drawing the hip bones towards each other like magnets. And then as you inhale, you're fully releasing, bringing that elevator back down to basement, letting go. Nice. Move or stay with the rhythm of your breath. One more time. Nice. Lovely. Hopefully you feel a little bit more connected. Let's start to move the body. So you're going to blink your eyes open. You're going to grab the backs of your thighs. You're going to do some rock and rolls backwards and forwards. We're coming up towards tabletop. Give a little massage to your spine on the way, tucking the chin. And then roll over the knees. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. And then see if you can bring that diaphragmatic breathing and core engagement into your cat and cow. So inhale, breathe into the ribs, breathe the heart forward, arching the spine. Nice. And then exhale, tucking the chin, rounding the back, feeling the core engage as you do so, lifting the pelvic floor, drawing the hip bones. 2 more times just like that. Inhale and exhale. Now, over time, this is going to happen reflexively. It's going to happen automatically. But if your core needs a little bit of a kind of helping hand, this is really, really useful. This is such a good exercise. One more time, Celeste. Let's do one more for luck. Inhale, breathing the heart forward. Exhale, rounding through the back. Push into the hands. Feel the core engage. Lovely. And then come back to neutral. You're going to tuck the toes, you're going to lift the hips, you're going to find a downward facing dog, maybe pedaling the feet from side to side. Any little movement that your body needs. Nice. And then together, you're going to take a breath in with me and a big sigh out. Okay, tiptoe your feet towards your hands. Yeah. Exhale, fold, bend the knees as much as you need. And then inhale, roll up slowly, piece by piece, stacking vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way up to stand. Excellent. Now, magically, I have a resistance band in my hand. I should have said at the start that you need one of these. You can do it without, but it's so good. We're going to do something called perturbation, which is incredible for our vestibular system.
You can also use yoga leggings if you don't have one.
Yes, you can also use yoga leggings. Thanks, Sally. That's a really good tip. So you're going to come to face the camera, and I'm going to place the band around your hip. Okay, and if you don't have a person that can help you, you can tie the band to a door or something that's stable. I'm gonna provide some pressure, so I'm trying to knock car off balance a little bit. What I want you to do, Celeste, I want you to lift your left hand to start. Nice. And then you're gonna lift your left knee, bend your elbow, and connect the two together while I still pull on the band. Nice. Lengthen. Don't bring the toes back down. Nice. Reach them behind you or down. Yep, perfect. And then bring elbow to knee. We're going to do this 5 times. You're making this look really easy. I know it's not. Another 3.
Because I practice this a lot, actually.
Yeah. So this is amazing to help our reflexive core. So that core that turns off and without us thinking about it. Because in reality, if we trip on the pavement, we don't want to think, okay, pelvic floor, core engaged. We don't have time to do that. We need our body to act reflexively. Last one. Sorry if I made you do 6. And then slowly release. Nice. And then I'm going to switch sides. And you're going to switch sides, maybe just turning around, and let's do the other way. Try and get the same resistance on this side. Lift your right arm up to the sky. Nice.
A bit more on this. Whoa, okay.
Bend elbow to knee. Think about lengthening the crown of your head up towards the ceiling and rooting your left foot down into the earth like it has roots, or like you're trying to break the floor beneath you. Excellent job.
I'm loving the booty gains I'm getting from this. I really feel my butt.
Oh, do you? Amazing. Okay, let's do 2 more. Connect. The elbow and the knee doesn't have to touch, or I should have said that already. Last one.
Wow.
Amazing. Awesome.
It feels really good, actually.
Okay, amazing. Remember, with anything in this class, you can modify for your body. If that is too hard, you can work on just do it without the perturbation first and then bring the stretchy band in. Over time, it will get easier. You said you're working on them and it has got better.
It has. In the beginning, it was a mess.
Okay, amazing. You're going to come back to the front of your mat. You're going to inhale your arms to the sky, length through the spine. Exhale, hinging from the hips, moving as if you have a heavy weight on your back and you're resisting against it. Nice. Bend the knees as much as you need. Inhale, find length. Now you're balancing something on your back and you don't want it to drop. Excellent. Exhale, plant the hands, step back plank pose. Nice. You can absolutely drop the knees. Nice. Or you can keep them lifted. We're holding our plank pose here. We're not going to a vinyasa. Okay, so in this part of the class, we are working on isometric, eccentric, and concentric contractions, which is really going to work our core in all different ways and make us super strong. Okay, Celeste, how are you doing?
It's hard. It's very hard.
What I want you to do is think about that diaphragmatic breath that we did at the start. Your belly's not going to move as much because of the fact that you're under load and your muscles are having to work.
I needed that reminder.
Yeah, but you do need it to move because what can happen is we brace and we don't want to brace. You're going to hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Drop the knees. Lower to the belly, as controlled as you can. Nice. And then inhale, do a soft cobra, really focusing on the upper back, squeezing the muscles together and down. Lovely. Look at that strength. Exhale, release to the floor. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, breathe the heart up, squeeze the shoulders back and down. Exhale, lower. Nice. Push the tops of the feet down into the mat this time as you inhale, lift into cobra. And then exhale, release, tuck toes, lift hips, downward facing dog. You're actually going to do a little hop to sit on your mat now, and you're going to come all the way down to lie on the floor, just like we did at the start. Nice. Okay, incredible. We're going to do leg drops, and there are so many different options for this one. So option 1 is you can keep one foot grounded the whole time. Nice. And you can just drop the toes to the water. Nice. Dip the toe in the water and lift. You can dip the heel in the water. Nice, so lengthen, straighten the leg. Nice. And then other options is you can have the right knee up and to meet and do the same exercise. Lovely. Last option, you can straighten both legs up, over, head. No, sorry, do that again. So yeah, you can straighten both legs up and you're gonna drop the heel. You can drop them together or one at a time. That's really hard. Let's do one at a time, okay? So from here, exhale, remember that contraction of the core as you lower the leg down slowly. Yeah. Inhale brings you back up. Let the belly move as you breathe. Nice. Exhale, other side. Lovely. Inhale brings you up. Are you breathing?
I'm breathing.
You're breathing. Amazing. Keep going, side to side. Lovely. Left leg drops, exhale. Feel the connection of the core. Now you're watching for, if as you're moving, your lower back is basically the gap underneath your spine is moving to be bigger, so your pelvis is basically shifting. That means that I want you to lower the intensity a little bit, okay? Because we want the movement to be coming from your legs and your hips, and we want your core, yes.
So we could change it by bending the knees. Or
Exactly, we can change it by bending the knees or having the foot on the floor. Thank you, Sally. If you've just done one side, definitely switch now. You're going to do 3 more on each side. Are you ready? Whichever variation that you want. Lovely. And what Sal's doing is really useful. She's using her hands for feedback, and you can do it on your pelvis as well, so you can see if it's moving.
I like to put my fingers on the inside of my hip bones because I feel the right side probably doesn't fire as much as the left.
Oh, interesting.
So this is so helpful for me.
So what you can feel here is your transverse abdominis, which you want to be on when you're exhaling and going down in the movement. You can also tell here if you're bracing too much and holding it rigid, because we don't want that. Okay, is this the last one?
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Please.
Bring the feet down and just take a little windscreen wiper from side to side.
Oh, that feels so good.
Okay, amazing. Keep the knees this side now, yeah? And push down really actively through the inner arch of that left foot, and then reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. So Celeste's knees are over to the right. Yeah, just over your head. Nice. And then reach away. Can you feel that stretch down the left side?
Kind of, not a lot.
If you move.
Maybe if I go a bit more bendy with it.
Okay, cool. Adjust for your body, because we're all going to be different. Some people may feel it there. Some people may need to take a little bit of a side bend and link the foot over. Amazing. Inhale comes through center. You're going to switch it out. So bring the knees over. This is your pause before we find power again. Okay?
Damn, I thought this was the end.
No. So what you want to make sure is as you're doing this, you're not gripping or clinging to your core. You don't need your core here, okay? We just want it to be able to relax when we don't want it on. The mistake that sometimes we make in yoga classes is thinking that we need our pelvic floor, our core on the whole time. We don't. That's not, it messes up the balance of the core. But enough on that, because we have other videos on that. You're going to bring your hands behind your thighs. You're going to take some rock and rolls, and you're coming straight back to downward facing dog. So when you're ready, roll over the legs. Nice. Okay, let's have some fun in side plank. Inhale, shift forward, and then you're going to lift your left arm up to the sky, and we're going to start with an isometric hold. So holding side plank. Nice. You can stack the feet on top of each other. You can do what Sally's doing. You can drop the bottom knee if you wish as well. Notice what you can control, what feels best for your body, and don't push it to the level that you think you should be on. Listen in. Nice. Now reach the fingers as if someone's hand is just above them. Reach, reach, reach. Nice. This sideways is lifting away from the floor like you're trying to go over a big beach ball or something underneath you. And that bottom hand, dial it away like you're screwing a jam jar lid to really get that shoulder nice and stable on your back ribs. Hold 3, hold 2, and 1. Left hand comes down, simply switching to the other side. Right arm lifts. Foot position options as before. Keep that bottom hip lifting up like you're trying to go over that imaginary beach ball. Keep reaching through the fingers. Think about the opposing motions of your heels drawing away from the crown of your head. So it's a long line of energy. And what you often see in side plank is people jutting their chin forward. Gently bring your head back in space like you're trying to hold a peach underneath your chin and chest. How are you feeling, Celeste?
Excellent.
Hold and breathe for another 5, 4, excellent. 3, 2, 1. Right hand comes down, left arm is going to lift again. Okay, so this time you're going to do a hip dip. You can come onto your forearm if this feels better, and then you're going to lift up. You're going to reach your arm over your head. I haven't even told you what we're doing, so this is new to Sal as well. And then you're going to connect your knee to your elbow. They don't have to touch. So a little crunch. Nice.
Whoa.
Down.
Big move.
Up. Crunch.
I think I'll do this
Excellent.
from my knee.
Excellent. Exactly. Great. Modify for how, because you want to be able to control the movement, okay? You don't want to push your body into doing something it's not ready for. This is
And
perfect.
also the coordination of the breathing, I'm really wanting to focus on that, and with like the big move, and that is hard.
It's really hard. Okay, you're going to do one more. Bring it down, crunch it up. Excellent. Bring it over, and we're going to take it straight to the other side. So hip goes down, Nice.
down
Yeah,
first.
down first. Up. Crunch. Yes. Stay with the breath. Trying to keep the breath nasal, in and out through the nose if possible. Nice. Exhale to crunch. Inhale over. Exhale to lower. Inhale up. Lovely. Really, really nice. Take it down and up.
I really like this.
Yeah, it's hard, but it feels good, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, gonna do one more.
Okay.
Down, up, connect. Nice.
Yay.
Bring it down, bring the knees down, bring the hips onto the heels, take it into child's pose. And this is where I want you to fully release the core. As you inhale, you feel your breath on your belly, moving on your thighs, and imagine someone's hands are on your back ribs, and breathe into those imaginary hands. And as you exhale, feel yourself melting further down into the mat. We have one more power in a moment.
One more.
One more. Sorry, Celeste.
I'm loving it. Deep, deep down.
You're going to feel good for it, I promise. So we're coming into dolphin pose. The way I love coming into dolphin, try this and see how it feels for you, is you're going to come into tabletop and then you're going to come onto your forearms. Now your hands can be clasped, or you can have your hands parallel, whatever feels better for you in this moment, okay? Now let your head go. Puff up in your upper back, so pull the shoulder blades away from the spine. Now pike your hips up towards the sky. Nice. How does that feel?
Good, actually.
Great. You're going to hold. So we're going to hold dolphin here. I want you to focus on the breath. So as you inhale, again, you're feeling some movement in the torso, not forcing it. And of course, it won't be as much as when we were lying on the back at the beginning and not putting any demand on the core. Okay? Lovely. Now we're going to hold this for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down, back to child's pose for a moment, because I'm going to give you options and I want you to think about those options with your eyes closed, not focusing on what anyone else is doing but you. So option one is you go back to dolphin and we're going to be doing, I call them dolphin crunches. And what I mean by that is one leg's going to lift and then the knee's going to come as close to the tricep as possible. Now, dolphin, there's not as much space, so it's really, really hard. If you want more space, then you're going to come into downward facing dog and do the same thing. So choose where you want to be, and Celeste, you're going to choose where you want to be as well. So whether it's dolphin or whether it's downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, right leg lifts high to the sky. Right knee to tricep, keeping your down dog shape as much as you can. Yeah, hard, eh? Inhale, lift your leg up. Exhale, knee to tricep, keeping that down dog shape as much as you can. Core compression, yeah? Last 3. Exhale, knee comes in. Inhale, leg lengthens. Last 2. Exhale, knee comes in. Inhale. Last 1. You've got this. Excellent. Left leg. Let's go straight to it. Remember, you can always pause the video if you need to. So knee comes to tricep. Bring it in. Inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, knee towards tricep. Down dog shape is staying. Yes. Last 3. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Knee to tricep. Last 1. You've got this. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Okay, foot comes down, knee comes down. Sit onto your heels for a moment and sit up rather than child's pose, come all the way up. Just bring your left hand onto your right knee, your right hand behind you. Take a little twist. Inhale, growing tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, perhaps twisting that little bit more. Yeah, staying there. You're like, I need this class to be over. It's chill from now on, I promise. Okay, one more breath. This side, breathe in. Exhale. And now come to the other side. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind you. As you inhale, you lengthen. As you exhale, you twist that tiny bit more. Perhaps using your hands a little bit to help you, but also using the strength of your twisting muscles as well. Now, one more breath. Breathe in. And exhale. And then inhale brings you back through center, stay kneeling. Bring your right fingertips down, bring your left fingers up. Exhale, do a side bend over towards the right. Perfect. Now hold it. Reach your fingers as if you're trying to grab something awesome just out of reach. Breathe into your left side body. So come back to that diaphragmatic breath. Imagine my hands on your ribs. Breathe into those hands for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale brings you up. Exhale brings you over. Take it over to the other side. Right arm over, left side bend. Breathing into that right side body, reaching those right fingers over as much as you can, creating space in the body for 3, and 2, and 1. Now inhale comes through center. We are nearly done. You are going to shimmy onto your belly and find Sphinx pose. And if you want to, you can let the head drop and maybe do a few kind of like semicircles side to side, or you can keep normal Sphinx if you prefer it that way. What I want you to feel is a little lengthening the abdominal muscles. You're not tensing them at all. You're breathing into them. Nice. Hold and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I'm going to lead you through a very short belly down Shavasana. If you have longer, of course, take longer. So make up a little pillow with your hands. Let your head come to one side. Okay, so now, Celeste, I want you to fully let go of the breath. You are going to just notice which parts of your body move as you breathe, how each breath looks different, but not trying to change anything. And there you have it, 4 proven science-backed ways to build a strong reflexive core that actually supports you in real life. As I said, spend as long as you have here in Shavasana. Take all the pause you need because that was a lot on your body. We'll see you on the mat tomorrow.